One. There we go. What's up?
Okay.
Alright. You wanna...
Who's starting this?
Do you want to?
It's up to you.
I'll go first.
Good.
Okay. Hi. I'm Juno. I am our youngest MC on KPopCast. And, I'm multi-fandom. Extremely. Nuno, go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm Brianna, and I'm the oldest out of our group of friends in the community. I'm also multi-fandom as hell. And I'm still kind of newish to K-pop because it took me 2 years to get out of 3 groups, but I've pretty much been in K-pop for 3 years now.
I've been in for about 6 years now.
Yes, next.
Even though Shiny was my first group, and even then I was listening to it before it because
Oh. Well, hey, at least I remembered Vix is 6 years old.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna manually check. Yeah, it's still recording. Great. Okay. So, would you like to introduce today's topic?
Today's topic is solo artists and artists we believe could make it solo, which we were having this conversation a little bit the other day. I guess actually this would also kind of file under the slept on mixtapes as well. It
would. It really would. So
because the first one that comes to my mind is RM.
Right. Same. So we can take this section by section and we'll do it by solo artist, and then we'll do artists who we think could go solo, and then we'll mention mixtapes and such.
Yeah, then we'll go into the underrated mixtapes.
Not only mixtapes, but I would like to mention solo songs, because I thought about this and I had a few idols in mind.
Okay.
But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with solo artists. I know you're a big fan of Suzy.
I am. I love her so much.
I listen to quite a bit of solo artists myself, but the one that everyone kind of really knows me for is J Park.
Yeah. You showed me a lot of J Park recently.
I'm obsessed with J Park.
I mean, yeah, because he's good looking, he's talented, we forgot to put our disclaimer in here.
Oh.
Right, the next word comes out of my mouth. There is going to be a lot of cussing, because when we get heated on something, it just kind of flows out, or we get overexcited about something, it flows out. So there is our disclaimer for that.
And also when we move on to more serious topics, which we will be doing, if we do cover something such as like depression and things like that, we will put trigger warnings in that specific video, but this is just an overall warning, like trigger warnings and things like that.
I feel like, though, in case some people only tune in for certain episodes, we might have to put the disclaimer each time.
Oh, of course.
Because I know, like, not everyone's going to want to sit through certain topics that we're going to talk about.
Right. Obviously. And I mean, I always put it, and whichever one of us is writing the description or whatever, we can just put it in the description.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's that warning. And then also, that being said, along with the cussing, these are our opinions, and granted, everyone has them, everyone's opinions to them. The key is to not be a dick about it.
Yes.
Like, because I have a feeling somebody's going to listen to one of our topics, and they're going to try and run us off of Twitter. Listen, I am half of your age. You ain't going to run me nowhere.
That is a big thing. It's our opinions. We're voicing our own things. This is how we personally feel about it. You are entitled to put your opinion in comments or whatever at us. It's perfectly fine to talk to us on Twitter and whatever and talk with us about things there. We're totally open to that. And I'm sure one of us would answer because, one, I don't have a life, and two, you're pretty active during the day and at night.
Yeah, I'm more active at night, but during the day, if I wake up at a certain time, I'm pretty active.
Or or they catch you on your day off or whatever.
Right, yeah.
Oh, we also have to. Also, this is going through a call. We're screen recording this through a call. So if we sound funny or whatever, it's because of that. And also, we're in a tight situation because we only live about 2 hours away from each other, but neither of us have the money or transportation to get to one another. And
so whenever we do finally meet face to face, we can actually do a podcast together.
We have to. It's going to be a special.
Yeah,
it's going to be a big special.
It's going to be a thing. Yeah.
Yes.
And then let's face it. Once you're able to get it. Yeah, that's he's probably going to be the main one.
Yeah.
And then if people reach out to us on Twitter, hey, I want to be a part of this episode.
Oh yeah, feel free. Whichever one of us adds this up onto YouTube or whatever, all our links are going to be in the description. Just saying.
Yeah.
We'll have a SoundCloud. We have a Twitter.
Right.
And we're going to share this on the emails as well. So that's a thing.
Yeah, we're gonna put it out on I don't know. I gotta read the guidelines for the K-pop amino because I gotta see if we are allowed to promote this on there.
All right.
If not, we can just kind of casually, pretend like we know nothing about it and be like, hey, I just found this podcast. You guys should listen to it.
Shamelessly, an unknowingly shameless promotion.
Oh, God, yes.
Okay.
Off topic.
We are. That's another warning. We can't.
That's another warning.
Get off topic.
We do. And there might be at least 1 to 2 times I mute for a hot second.
Right.
Because
you are in public.
I'm in public, and I'm an adult, and I do adult things.
Yes. You do adult things.
I do. Okay, solo artist. Now, Jay Park's set to make his American debut, isn't he?
He already had his American debut.
Oh, he did? Oops.
Soju was his American debut because he got kicked out of Korea. Love my idols.
I mean, hey, you breaking the rules, they're going to kick you out.
Yeah, that's just kind of how it is.
But that being said, though, as well as he did in Korea before he got kicked out, his music style is way better suited for America. It
really is. It fits the American genre, and he made English versions for all his songs anyways. So I mean, yeah. Other solo artists, Dean, Crush, Zico. I don't like Zico much, but that's my personal opinion.
I don't like Zico that much either. You're fine.
Oh, great. Lovely. Sunmi, Chungha. These are all amazing solo artists.
Right. But with that being said, I feel like, all the artists you just named are all amazing. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to Suzy, as well as she promotes her music and as good as her music is, I don't feel like it would do well here in America.
Oh, no, of course not. Out of all here's the thing, I would say people like Dean would do well, but he's already kind of made it, in a sense, don't quote me on this, in a sense, he's already kind of made his American debut, but not really, because he has a song called I'm Not Sorry with this I think it's an American artist. I didn't do my research.
Research? What's that? We don't do that. all of these conversations are completely off the cuff.
Oh yeah.
Research to be done unless it's a specific topic, which we would have to research.
Right. Wink wonk. Anyways. Check there. So okay.
I was about to mention Eric Nam.
Oh, Eric Nam. I love him. He's great.
So do I. And it's we were talking about, because he had announced his American tour.
Right.
World tour, whatever it was. It's about to close soon.
Oh, yeah.
And, as far as I know, the Philly show was sold out.
Right.
And I gotta say, like, I wasn't surprised, but I was still surprised.
Right. Oh, did you hear that Eric Nam's song "Float" made it onto the Transylvania 3 soundtrack?
Really?
Yeah, he tweeted about it.
I didn't know that.
So.
Oh, yay, baby!
I know, right?
I don't care how old he is. I know he's about my age or a little bit older. I'm not 100% sure about how old he actually is, but he's a squish, and he will always be a squish to me.
He's absolutely adorable. I loved him on ASC.
Oh my god, like he for the longest time, because I did come into K-pop so late, and by the time I really started getting into it, he was pretty much already on his way out of ASC.
Right.
And they were bringing it was him, Jamie, and Jay.
Oh, I know. No, I loved it. No, my heart.
But it was like, at the time, he was primarily the reason I was watching it.
Right.
Because I just thought he was so cute, the way he interacted with everybody.
He's so adorable. He's so adorable. And unfortunately, Jackson's so mean and told him he hated him.
Dude, they tortured each other. Like, that was...
They really did.
That is friendship goals.
That is.
Eric Nam and Jackson are friendship goals. Like...
Right.
But the way, when we were first talking, when PD first mentioned about Eric Nam taking on America... He first mentioned about Eric Nam taking on America, I said, at the time, and I still think this, I think it's a good step because Eric Nam, with his music, it has like the Michael Bublé feel. That as much as the younger, our generation K-pop fans will enjoy it, people who don't necessarily know K-pop they're like, like, let's say a person my age went to the show, but then showed their mother his music.
Right.
The mother would be able to, in a sense, connect to the way it's written, it's composed.
Right.
Because it has that older feel to it.
Speaking of Eric Nam, he's an amazing just songwriter and composer by himself.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if you've heard this, but a few years back when Taeyong's another solo artist, but he's also in Big Bang. But when Taeyong's Eyes, Nose, Lips became a huge hit, Eric Nam translated the entire thing into English and did a cover on it. And honestly,
really, I didn't know that.
Yes, and it was one of the most beautiful things that I've ever heard. It was so good. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
I would say that's definitely something that like a lot of people would be interested in seeing because Eyes as much in its original Korean is an amazing song.
Yes.
I remember when I first started getting into K-pop, I was watching a lot of crack videos, and you heard it everywhere.
It was like one of the songs that like brought a lot of people into K-pop. Like that song literally went viral,
and they're like, "It's familiar. Where do I know this song?" And they would start looking for it.
Right.
And so it's like him taking on America the way he did. And from what I know, a majority of his shows were sold out. They actually, for his, I think, last stop, they actually added a second show.
Really?
Because of how quickly tickets sold out.
Damn. Look at Eric getting that money.
Not even getting the money. Look at him making moves. Like,
for real.
Seriously.
He's out here.
I just remembered when his brothers were on After School Club, and it was hilarious.
I don't think I've seen that episode.
It was, I can't remember. I think it was like a birthday episode, I think it was like ASC's birthday episode or something. But they brought in fans from Korea, from America, like all the After School Club winners. They like put them all in. They flew them all out to Korea. They put them all in the room, and they were part of the episode. And that itself was great to see. But then they're like, oh yeah, we're going to be talking to, friends and family. I can't remember if it was a birthday or a holiday. And the first one that came up was Eric's brothers. And even Eric didn't know. He was in complete shock. He was like, oh, those are my brothers. Wow.
Thinking about ASC and solo artists, Jimin herself, is a solo artist, but yet she doesn't have an album. JYP, where you at?
JYP.
Anyway, I mean, she featured on
100% on that because when I was playing JYP Superstar, I played a couple of the 15N songs, and I had never heard their music. I didn't know anything about them, and I loved it so much. So JYP, you're sleeping on this shit.
For real. Honestly, okay. The thing is that connecting Jimin to another solo artist, Ravi from VIX, his solo stuff, yeah, she actually featured on his track Nirvana, which, might I say, was so good. It was so good, and like, here's the thing, Ravi is a great rapper, and if you look,
we don't talk about Ravi's rap. Right?
he's had, this is, his Fry Pan is his third mixtape, I believe. Yeah, it's either his third or his third, okay. So, if you go back and you listen to Ravi's first mixtape, all of them are slept on, by the way.
Well, Ravi himself is slept on, but that's another topic.
Right. So, if you go back to Ravi's, like, first mixtape, and you just listen through all three, like, you can just hear his rap improve. Especially if you go through Vic's songs, you can hear him improve more. Like, he started out as, like, one of those really, like, slow but skilled rappers. He's always been skilled, but he's gotten faster over the years as well.
I'm sorry, I'm listening, but I got distracted by a puppy. She was blocking the door and she didn't want to move.
What?
My friend Maria brought her dog, Roxy, to the bar. It's air conditioned in the bar. We're all outside. And Roxy was blocking the door and she didn't want to move to let anybody in. She's a corgi. She's so cute.
Same.
So, I mean, again, distractions, shit.
It's fine. It happens.
But, yeah, to clarify why I said we don't talk about Ravi's rap, Ravi, I was sitting there, it was back when Jinho and James first got me VIX, and I decided to listen through every single one of their albums. That's when I found out, do not listen to Voodoo Doll when you're alone in the basement. Because Ravi just growled, and it scared the shit out of me.
I remember that.
I texted you right away.
You were like, oh my god, I just got scared. I was like, what? How? You're like, I was listening to VIX in the basement. Ravi growled in my ear, and I thought a demon was here. I was like, oh.
I'm looking at my basement looking for something. Wait, do a quick check real quick. Are we still recording?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice. See, I told you my phone's trustworthy.
Two underrated, not underrated, solo artists. They're not necessarily the next three I'm gonna list. You know who they are because we just had this discussion yesterday. But it's three of them. They could make it solo, but one more than the other two. Or one basically.
I know. Go ahead, list them.
Yeah, it's basically the BTS rap line.
Yep.
Like
RM, Suga, and J-Hope.
Exactly.
Here's the thing. RM would make it. That's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. RM could easily make it.
Okay, but like, if people would argue with this because I know they're gonna be like, no, Suga's the superior. Have you heard his rap? Or J-Hope's no. Listen, you haven't heard his mixtape. Honestly, if we're talking like actual, like, just generally production-wise, skill-wise, rap, just in general, RM's mixtape is superior.
Oh, 100%.
And not only...
I enjoy all the mixtapes. I enjoy the diversity of the rappers.
Same.
Another reason I said that I'm saying RM would make it over the other two is the fact that RM very openly speaks English. He produces music in English as well.
Right.
Or he takes part in other people, like when he did the collab with Lale.
Right. Oh, I remember that. I was there for that.
Right. It showed off his skills that he can rap in English and Korean. While we know J-Hope and Suga have the basic knowledge of Korean, and they can understand and speak Korean, they don't do it enough to be big in America, unless somebody was already a BTS fan.
Don't you mean speak and understand English? You said Korean.
Say it again? I didn't even hear what you said.
No, you said that they can speak and understand, like you said Korean instead of English.
Oh, did I? Oh, shit.
Yes. Nice. I totally...
Do I know throw myself out of it?
It's fine. The thing is, though, that it's been proven that Suga understands English. It's just that him forming an actual... This isn't hating on them to anyone who thinks that this is. It's not. I understand that they're learning English and they're making an attempt, but at both of their levels of English, they couldn't produce an entire song on their own in English.
Right. Let alone to be able to do an entire album with a majority of being English, or have a concert.
Right.
That's why I said RM. Because between the three mixtapes, I like them all for different reasons.
Exactly. Like I have to commend like RM for his just general ability to produce and the way that he goes about his
Okay.
No. See, I told you my phone's trustworthy. Haha.
Your phone's just superior at this point.
It is. Hail my phone, okay, and my sparkly phone case, alright?
My K-pop phone case.
Oh, shut up.
Designed it myself.
Shut up, I'm poor.
Dude, I spent money I didn't have on it.
You spent money you didn't have on K-Con, okay?
Listen, those were mandatory purchases. I needed them. Okay, so back to underrated, not underrated, solo artists. They're not necessarily the next three I'm gonna list. You know who they are because we just had this discussion yesterday. But it's three of them. They could make it solo, but one more than the other two. Or one basically.
I know. Go ahead, list them.
Yeah, it's basically the BTS rap line.
Yep.
Like
RM, Suga, and J-Hope.
Exactly.
Here's the thing. RM would make it. That's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. RM could easily make it.
Okay, but like, if people would argue with this because I know they're gonna be like, no, Suga's the superior. Have you heard his rap? Or J-Hope's. No, listen. You haven't heard his mixtape. Honestly, if we're talking like actual like just generally production-wise, skill-wise, rap, just in general, RM's mixtape is superior.
Oh, 100%.
And not only...
Yeah, I enjoy all the mixtapes. I enjoy the diversity of the rappers.
Same.
Another reason I said that I'm saying RM would make it over the other two is the fact that RM very openly speaks English. He produces music in English as well.
Right.
Or he takes part in other people, like when he did the collab with Wale.
Right. Oh, I remember that. I was there for that.
Right. It showed off his skills that he can rap in English and Korean.
Mm-hmm.
While we know J-Hope and Suga have the basic knowledge of Korean and they can understand and speak Korean, they don't do it enough to be big in America unless somebody was already a BTS fan.
Don't you mean speak and understand English? You said Korean.
Say it again. I didn't even hear what you said.
No, you said that they can speak and understand, like you said Korean instead of English.
Oh, did I? Oh, shit.
Yes. Nice. I totally...
Do I know throw myself out of it?
It's fine. The thing is, though, that it's been proven that Suga understands English. It's just that him forming an actual... This isn't hating on them to anyone who thinks that this is. It's not. I understand that they're learning English and they're making an attempt, but at both of their levels of English, they couldn't produce an entire song on their own in English.
Right. Let alone to be able to do an entire album with a majority of being English, or have a concert.
Right.
That's why I said RM. Because between the three mixtapes, I like them all for different reasons.
Exactly. Like I have to commend like RM for his just general ability to produce and and the way that he goes about his production. I have to commend Sugar because of his lyrics and his talent and his general talent and his speed and things like that. And I have to commend J-Hope because of the way that he put his, sunshine self into production.
Right, because even like when you sit down and you even just looking at just the cover art for each mixtape, the first two, which is RM and Sugar, show this is another side of me. This is a side you never see. Mm-hmm. J-Hope went, nah, this is a side you always see because it's just me.
Exactly. Like with Sugar's album, I have to commend it because not only both of them, both RM and Sugar's album, they're both extremely real. Like, yeah, especially Sugar's. Sugar's gets to me on a whole nother level.
Sugar's hits me emotionally.
It really does. Because he talks, especially his song The Last. Yeah. Everyone talks about this song, and it needs to be talked about. Because it's one of those, it's a song that really shows that idols don't have it easy. And honestly, at this point, I feel like almost everyone in the K-pop community realizes this. Yeah. That it's not all, fame and fortune being a K-pop idol. There's a lot of struggle that goes into it, and a lot of times, during your first years of debut, you're still paying off your stuff from being a trainee. So, you don't have everything until you're a good couple years in. Right. Until you're stable.
It took all of them how long to get any group. It takes them how long to be able to have phones again.
Right.
Like, I was racking my head about this for a while back, because it always got to me saying there was two separate clips, two separate groups, but both times made me bawl my eyes out. And it was J-Hope's 21st birthday.
Oh, the video of his...
The video of his parents.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing him break down like that. And then it was Jackson from GOT7 when JYP flew his parents from China for Christmas.
Oh, I remember that.
And in the back of my head, I'm going, I understand you're busy. You don't see your parents as often. But then as I got to know a bit more about the way idol culture works, I was like, oh shit, they haven't talked to their parents in how long?
Yeah, it's hard.
And as someone who's lost both their parents, I could never imagine having them still here and not being able to talk to them.
Right.
Like, and that goes through with any loss, because I think it was Jungkook when his grandfather passed away.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember the song, and James is gonna kill me because I can't remember the song.
I don't know it either.
It was one. But you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
And James linked it to me, and I just cried.
Wait, was it 444?
Yeah. That's
it. James won't kill me today.
James is gonna murder us. James wants to murder us anyway after time.
Oh, it's fine. He doesn't have to know.
Yeah, what do you mean? He's gonna listen to this. It's James. He's our best friend.
Let me dream that I can hold on to life for a little bit longer. Because he's gonna be like, really? You couldn't think of it? You said that was like your favorite song. It is one of my favorite songs.
It's one of my favorites too, but I forgot the name of it.
It's a time. How am I supposed to remember time? I better remember my own birthday.
August 14th.
Wow, is a very great solo artist.
I think he's another one who could potentially make it.
Maybe.
In America. Because I think from what James told me, he's already produced some American music.
Oh yeah, he's produced a lot of stuff.
So then there's a distinct possibility that he would do pretty good here.
Oh my god, he would produce everyone's music. What do you mean? He wouldn't be an artist, he'd be the producer.
He'd be producing.
For real. Can
you imagine Jungkook trying to produce Jackson? No, don't do that.
Stop saying the same word 45 times. Shut up. Funny man. I just thought of another two, actually three came in my head right now. Chick K, Gray, and Hyolyn. Who? Chick K. He's a friend of Jay Park's. And, like, I love his music. Gray. Right, I remember Gray. And Hyolyn. Dolly. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all three of those. I don't know if they would. Okay, Chick K could probably make it, because he also, if I remember correctly, he speaks English. Like, he would, he's friends with Jay Park. Anyways, his type of music, do you remember when I was showing you Jay Park, and that one song that came on that we both didn't really like, If it, yeah, if it.
Oh my god, no, shut up, not that song, Jesus Christ.
Chick K is in that song.
No, you don't understand. That song brought me back to when fucking PD showed us Chad Future.
Oh, shut up! No! I'm gonna check this.
That's how bad that was to me. I'm sorry, if you're a white boy, don't try and do K-pop.
I mean,
it's fine. Learn the language, embrace the culture. Don't try and be an idol.
His Chick K's other stuff is perfectly fine. But I do have to admit, that was like a low for all three who were involved with that.
Yeah.
Jay Park was in that song.
Why?
I don't know. I hope he got decent money for it. I couldn't tell you. I mean, to be honest, if I'm feeling really, really, like, urban, I guess it's how I could describe it. Like, if I feel like, you know, some whipping, you know, some shoot, you know, then I'll put that song on. Oh yeah, you know,
just don't pull a Vernon if you're gonna do
that. Yeah, I was about to say, you know, shoot, the dance move that almost killed Vernon.
Dude, did you see the video of them doing I think it was Aju Nice, and it just panned over and he's sitting on top of like a thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
Doing the shoot with his hand.
And then DK like jumps on him, right? And he lays down and he's still doing the shoot, and I'm like, boy, if you don't.
That move just caused you to bust your ass in the middle of a concert. You have to go get surgery now.
No, he didn't have to get surgery. The doctor luckily popped it back into. See, what happened was he was doing the shoot, and I think he fell, and he, like, popped his knee out of its socket. And
that hurts.
He had to go to the hospital, and the doctor was able to pop it right back in place on time before they would have to do surgery.
Well, thank God for that.
Yeah, because there's no way Sunshine Little Baby Vernon is going to be okay in surgery.
No, oh my God, it'd be like, because knowing 17 as little as I do, I could imagine Woogie being a little shit and just going, talk. While Vernon's coming out of the anesthetic. Imagine Vernon forgetting that he knows how to speak Korean and just starts speaking straight English.
Oh. Well, I mean, Joshua would be there to translate.
Yeah, Josh would be there being like,
oh, that reminds me, you know who I think in 17 would actually be able to maybe, possibly, there's actually two people, Vernon and Joshua, because if you've heard their song, Rocket, I enjoyed it thoroughly. I mean, I wish Joshua would have gotten more, but, you know, can't complain.
That should be another topic another day. Idols need more lines.
Oh, my gee.
That's a list and a half.
Okay, first off, every single one of my biases, except for Leo, don't get lines.
I'm trying to run your biases over in my head.
Trust me, none of them get lines.
I'm not gonna lie, same for the most part. I say for the most part because Young Jay does get a decent amount of lines.
Oh, Young Jay, right. Young Jay would make a great solo artist.
Oh yeah, I like the collab he did with two American artists.
Yeah, that was good.
What's the name of the song now? something love.
So sick of this fake love. Anyways.
Okay, let's see, who else? Looking at God 7 alone, I think Jackson, I think, would if he doesn't put out another song like Papillon.
Can you put out another song like Okay? Please?
I would love another song like Okay. Okay, or even this last one that he did.
Dawn of Us?
Yeah.
See, here's the thing, I have all of, like, Jackson's titles memorized. It was Papillon, then it was Okay, then it was Fendi Man, and then it was Dawn of Us.
Right.
And my two favorites are Okay. It's, you know what, I'm seeing a pattern. Bad song, good song, bad song, good song.
I forgot, he did another one for a Pepsi commercial that he did turn into a song. Granted, he does say Pepsi a lot in the song, but Generation 2.
I haven't heard it.
It's not bad. I think it's because it's him rapping in Chinese.
See, I would like him to rap in Chinese more, because that's what I was expecting when Papillon dropped.
Same. We were having this conversation as well. When he announced Papillon, I was excited for it. I was hyped for it. I was thinking, okay, cool, we get to see more Jackson rapping in Chinese. Then it dropped, and I went, the fuck is this?
And then Okay was mainly in Chinese.
Okay is predominantly in Chinese.
Yeah.
But Okay, the reason Okay is my favorite out of Jackson's solo work is the melody. And the flow of the song itself.
Oh my, like, I have to.
Body rolls for days.
It really is. He really outdid himself on that song. And I feel like if he kept producing his music like that, he could really get somewhere. I mean, like, he's already getting somewhere with his current music, but he could really get out there if he... You know okay, here we go. Here are some solo artists that aren't, one of them isn't good, I guess. Chris Wu, Luhan, Z-Tao, and Lay. All of them were and one still is members of EXO. Yeah.
Right.
Chris Wu is the bad artist, and in quotations, bad. Because...
Okay, wait. When you say bad, you mean in his behavior or the music?
Mixture of both.
Oh, God.
See, he hasn't done anything wrong. He's just...
Not like J Park levels of wrong.
No. And it's not like he hasn't, like, said anything or really done anything. He's just, like, one of those people that you wouldn't be surprised if something happened. You know what I mean?
Got it. Yeah, okay.
Like, what was his...
It's kind of like you're waiting to see if it happens.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I don't follow Chris much anymore. After he put out his song Juice, I was done. I didn't lose. I got juice, and they know I got it. I got juice, and that's like the entire song. And like,
it sounds like it would be used in like a juice box video. You know, juicy fruit, not juicy fruit's the gum. Juicy juice, that's it.
Oh, I think he was. I think if I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, anyone in the comments or whatever. That's the song that he used to promote for his Fast and the Furious movie.
What?
Yeah, he was in one Fast and the Furious movie. I don't remember which one.
Wait, his name?
Chris Wu.
Hold on,
the other two that I would like to talk about. Luhan, Z-Tao, and Lay. Lay is still an EXO, but he does count as a solo artist since he's in the Chinese version of Produce 101.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hasn't he been stuck in China?
Yeah, because SM has been holding him in China.
So SM's another one that needs to get on their shit.
Yeah, but don't worry, we'll have a whole episode for companies.
Yup.
So, Lay is my favorite out of all of them. And Lay's music has there's only one song that's kind of failed me, and that's Sheep. Think of it as like Chris Wu's Juice meets Jackson's Papillon.
Oh.
Yeah. He had dreads.
See, the whole, that's a whole other thing. When idols have dreads, it doesn't necessarily bother me, because to me, it's hairstyle.
Right.
Yes, they need to acknowledge where it came from, and they need to appropriate it correctly. But to me, it is just a hairstyle. Like, you've seen me, some of my other friends have seen me, I'm white. And my friend did cornrows in my hair, and I got nothing but compliments on it.
Right.
Like, because that was the whole other thing with Jackson. People were flipping out because he had dreads. And I'm like, I mean, granted, Jackson, instead of laughing about it, should have just kind of bit the bullet and apologized, even if he didn't know what he was apologizing for. But on that note, as fans, we should have, like, calmly pulled him aside and been like, this is why this is what you did was wrong. And, you know, like, I mean, I still love Jackson. It's Jackson.
I don't think I've ever had braids. No, I haven't. Nope, not a thing. No.
Yeah, like, it was just, I was going to the beach and I wanted curls, because my hair can't hold a curl to save my life. And so my friend came over and she cornrowed my hair. It took about 4 hours because my hair's so thick.
Can't relate. my thin, non-existent hair.
I'm trying to think. Producer-wise, I think JB would do good in America.
Oh, okay. Here's the thing. Bem Bem and the cinematography video.
I would say from a cinematography point, Bam Bam would do amazing.
Oh, of course.
He's always flying his drone around.
Of course. I loved that video, honestly.
Same. But even, like, I feel like Bam Bam, not even just for his cinematography, even fashion-wise, I think Bam Bam would do good in America. Like, he'd blend in.
When would Gucci hire him? Like, Gucci hire him, please. Just, like, glue his mouth shut and hire him, and you're good to go.
Maybe not even just, like, Gucci. Like, in general. I can see more him doing Calvin Klein.
Yes.
Gucci we know belongs to Taehyung. Like, Taehyung's gonna be the Gucci model.
Of course, because that's all he wears.
Pretty much. I would not be surprised if Yotan has a Gucci collar. I would not be surprised.
I'm waiting for it.
He buys Gucci for all the members too. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you can just buy Sugar a blanket and he'd be content with that.
For sure. That actually got me thinking. You know who I think could make it? Mark from NCT.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because he writes most lyrics. Him and Taeyong write a lot of NCT's lyrics. Cough, Whiplash, cough. Anyways.
Listen, I saw Whiplash live. We don't talk about that.
I need a Whiplash dance practice. Thank you, SM. Now.
Please, thank you.
Please and thank you. I'll pay you. No, I can't. I can't pay for nothing.
You know what? I can't even offer what's left of my soul because I already offered that to PD to make his First Love music video with Sugar Song First Love. I was like, I will sell what is left of my soul for you to make this music video. It's not worth much, but it's something.
I can't wait to see his photo shoot with Nathan.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Because I know like lately he's been doing his photo shoots with Lydia.
Yeah, let's do that. So both of us we met through a YouTuber called Forma Therapy. And shout out to him. Putting him on blast, PD.
PD is awesome and gave us some weird friends.
Weird? Wow, I'm offended. No, I'm kidding.
So I'm referring to the couple nights that we all sat up playing Truth or Dare.
Oh, don't even. So
You called me a basic bitch.
Cause you are a basic bitch. Shut up.
I don't walk around at Starbucks, thank you very much. I go to little corner coffee shops where nobody knows me.
Wow.
And they spell my name right, they just put my name on the cup.
Wow, lucky you. I haven't gone to a coffee place that takes my name yet.
If/when you come to Philly for day 6, I will take you to my favorite little coffee shop.
Great. I can't wait to see how they're going to spell my name.
Well, no. See, if it's this one, like, because there's never a lot of business in there, it is that small. Literally, David will just try and butcher trying to say your name.
Should I just go Jin? I'll just go Jin. Jin, that's fine.
No, because I'm gonna probably like, no, his name is Jinal. And then watch him like spell Jinl.
Wow. Nice.
And listen, how long did I mess up your name when we first started talking?
You called me Jinho.
No idea. I never called you Jinho. I called you Gino. Like Jino. Or Gino, rather, the American spelling. But I never called you Jinho. That was somebody else.
I don't know who did it, but whoever did it, I'm offended.
I don't remember who did it either, because it was in the main chat of the group you mean now.
It might have been Christine.
It might have been.
I'll fight her.
Little shit like that.
She is. I will fight her.
You wanted to fight me in the beginning before we really started talking, because I thought I don't know. I didn't know, rather, how the names work in Korea. Because here, names could be male or female. I did not know Jinal was a male name. And so I thought you were a girl. And then PD corrected me on that real quick.
I actually remember that. You were like, oh, Jinal, and then PD was like, Jinal's a boy? And you were like, oh...
My bad. I think I apologized to you, like, for an hour.
You really did. It was like every time I was like, hey, Brianna, there's something, and you were like, and you would reply, and you'd be like, yeah, but I'm sorry. And I'm like, damn, chill.
I feel bad when I do shit like that, like, because, well, A, we hadn't really ever talked before, other than, like, hi and bye.
Right.
Until you went on, like, until you were going to go meet up with one of your chums, and I'm like, listen, you're going to tweet me to let me know you're okay?
Oh!
Tweet this. I'm going to try and figure out how to make a call to Korea.
I remember that.
Like, I made you tell me where you were going, what time it was going to be, in case I had to call Korea for the authorities. Like, fuck my phone bill, I'm going to call. What's the number for 911 in Korea?
Do you also remember Maya and me always fighting about me having sugar daddies?
Yes. Because we were trying to let you know the guy that you were going up to meet was one.
He wasn't wrong. He was just mildly weird and kind of interesting.
Bug, he wanted you to wear a dress.
Listen. I don't have any justification.
He also paid for all of your food.
Well, then again,
culture aside, because I know he's older than you. Does he know how old you actually are?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I just thought of that. So yeah, we met through PD, and then that was kind of it. Like, it's PD's fault.
It really is his fault. There's no one else to blame but PD.
No, this whole thing, even the start of this podcast, is all PD's fault.
No, you know whose fault it really is?
Yes, I have a purse. I'm still a girl.
You know whose fault? You know whose fault it really is?
Who?
Maya, because she forced me to join the Amino.
Well, we talked before the Amino too.
Yeah, but it was like, I mean, I was talking.
Hey, you're still alive.
Yeah, I was mainly talking to Kelly on Twitter more than anyone. Because
no, I remember that too.
Yeah, me and Kelly was the first friend that I actually made off of PD, like from PD streams. Because me and Kelly, we just kind of like, we were talking in the streams, and we just automatically clicked. Like we were talking for a while.
Right.
And eventually, you know, we're like, I want to talk to you outside of the streams when there's not like 15 other people here talking in the same thing. so we exchanged Twitters, and you know, we got to talking. You know, Kelly's really cool, and I think she's busy right now with like exams or whatever. You know,
she hasn't been on as much.
I mean, she was on for like 5 seconds today on the Amino just to say Happy Canada Day.
I did see that, yeah.
Happy Canada Day, by the way.
It is Happy Canada Day. Not that either one of us are Canadian, but...
We have many Canadian friends.
We do. We have a lot of Canadian friends.
Hence, Sojin, June, Kelly... There's others that I may not know about.
There's others I don't remember, but they're there.
Right. Every other Canadian groupie. Whew.
Yeah, right. Hold on 1 second. Mike.
Later.
Look, Google Translate's only good when you're cursing somebody else. That's about it.
Could really use though.
It's like, oh my god, it was so bad. Once we joined the Amino, that's when we started talking a lot more, and then it became like an everyday thing.
Fun fact, around the first times that we started talking, I was using a translator then, like just to generally like speak. That was kind of like my thing, because I wasn't fluent yet.
Yeah. I was using the translator to talk to you in Korean, and I guess you're using it to talk to me in English.
Yep.
Like, it's funny. But then it just became like an everyday thing that we started talking.
Right.
And it's at the point now that even some of our other friends are like, oh, they're on the phone again.
Of course.
I'm like, in the back of my mind, when aren't we on the phone?
For real. Honestly, like, it's just gotten to this point where if we're not talking to each other, someone should be worried.
I was like, even like the one day I hadn't heard from you, like, all day. And it was like, either all day or like 2 days, and I'm like, hold up, I gotta message him, something's wrong.
Oh my god. Brianna.
What?
The flight.
Oh god, please. Listen.
You were supposed to be here at this time. You're about an hour late. You might be dead. I'm gonna text you to oblivion.
Yup. It was just like, fuck are you?
You dead? You alive?
You were supposed to land at this time. I had it timed out perfectly. People are asking me where you are, thinking I know.
I'm freaking out because I don't know if you're okay.
It's like, yo, bitches, now fucking time. And then there's James. I knew you were okay. I didn't, I didn't say anything.
I feel like
telling me, you fucker.
I feel like for like a split second it crossed James's mind. He was like, isn't he supposed to land?
Did you know I've landed already?
Yeah, like for like a split second, then he was like, oh well, and just went back to doing whatever he was doing.
He went back to playing his game.
For real, because that's James. That's just how James is.
Like, if James isn't playing one of his games, I feel like something's wrong.
True. But like I said, one of these days, we're gonna have a full conversation without him playing video games.
That's why that was part of the reason we said we wanted him to be a guest on the podcast. This way, at least we knew we'd have a little bit of his own development. That was the night that God7's music video came out.
It was.
And when Look came out, and we all collectively, it was me, you, Brendan, and Sojins, and we all collect. Oh, and Small, but yeah. I forgot Small was there.
we got quiet for like 5 to 10 minutes, and then we all came back and we're
there. We came back and we're like, oh my god, how amazing was it?
Did you guys see this person?
We need to talk about this thing because it's a thing and it happened and it's our boys and they're back and it was
ugly sobbing.
Oh my god, yeah.
Me, honestly, I was a wreck.
Then there was the first phone call.
Oh. When the late night squad became a thing.
Yes.
That group chat.
Do that again because I low-key missed that.
We need an entire group call, honestly.
We do.
I miss them.
Even though like Sojins and Brendan have us on have themselves muted the entire time and refuse to talk.
Right.
Until you start yelling into the chat.
Or, in person.
Yeah, right.
To be honest, if I want to get Brendan's attention, we all know what I gotta do.
You either gotta start yelling young or you gotta start doing Ego.
Yep. Or mix the two and copy Zello. I'm never gonna let this go. When they gave Zello a camera and he goes up to Jung Up and he goes, Jung Up, be here!
You did it to James recently.
I know.
He low-key wanted to kill us that day.
Oh, of course. James always wants to kill us.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm doing a podcast. Hi.
Oh, you know what we said we would talk about, but we never did?
Which part?
Why BTS got
yes,
big for the wrong reasons.
This introduction is just going to go a whole lot longer than the rest of the podcast.
Yeah.
But yes, BTS getting big in America for all the wrong reasons. And I am a huge advocate for this. Because I love BTS. You know this about me.
Mm-hmm.
All of our friends know this about me. But they're using BTS strictly for money.
Oh, of course.
Instead of looking at how fucking gorgeous the lyrics are.
Mm-hmm. And it's like a trend. It's a trend for them, right?
It's like right now it's like, oh, they're doing more than this group, so on and so forth. Okay, yeah, but they've always been doing that. You're just not paying attention.
Yeah. And as an ex-army, I do have to. Just gonna casually shed some light on the toxic fandom for a second here. BTS,
because I will throw in my own.
BTS are not the first K-pop group in America. Yes, they are the first to be on big award shows and to be recognized extremely well, but they are not the first to come to America. And I'm going to continue saying this because if this offends you, then you're probably the people who think this. But if this doesn't offend you, then you know what? You're fine. Because there are people who are like, BTS are the best K-pop group ever. That's your opinion. That's fine. Yes, I do admit, they make great music. They're great at what they do. It's not my style, but it's great at what they do.
Right.
And just because they've made it big, they're extremely huge, all over the place. Everyone knows who BTS is, and if you don't, then you're living under a rock. And
you're living under several rocks.
Yeah. BTS they're all over the place. You can't deny it. Everyone knows them. They're famous. That's their thing, right?
Right.
But they're not the first to be that big. Groups, I'm just gonna go straight from boy groups because we're not even gonna get into girl groups. Boy groups like Big Bang, Shiny, TVXQ, who else? GOT7. They debuted after.
GOT7 technically came to America before BTS did, strictly for the fact of they did like a mini concert here or a fan meet.
Oh, right.
Because of the fact that Mark's from America.
Right.
But
he's from
more that. They the fact that, you know, like, that there are other groups, like, and I said this before, that we've been, multi-fandom groups, or people, rather, have been filed under the term as K-poppies. And it doesn't necessarily offend me, but it fucking pisses me off. Because nobody is loyal to one group. Even if you think back to just American music, how many people only like one American artist?
Exactly. It's just, here's the thing. I was like, when I got into VIX, I was like, I'm going to be loyal to VIX forever. I'm so loyal. And then I'm over here like, wow, I'm in love with Johnny, or I'm in love with, who else am I in love with? Like, all these other people.
Like, even though it did take me so long to get out of the groups I was into.
Right.
And I kind of attribute that to the fact because I didn't know any better. Like, I knew K-pop was a thing. I just didn't know there were so many groups surrounding it.
Right.
Like,
see, and
that's what the thing was.
And the thing is that you did end up eventually branching out. And
right, it took me a little bit longer. It took me a while. Even since the branch out of Astro and got 7, that took me a year.
Right.
To branch out of BTS along with those two, that took me another roughly year.
Right.
And now I'm just straight up trash.
Honestly, same. That's how it starts.
It does.
That's really how it... You know, I feel like everyone, no matter what group you start with, whether it's Astro, you know...
I think it's 2 sisters to go.
You know, like, whatever group you start with, Astro, SHINee, BTS, GOT7,
right.
that group's always gonna have a special part of you, especially if you do end up branching out and loving other groups, and you know you really immerse yourself into the community.
I recommend.
Yes, please branch out, get yourself into the community, dive deeper into the genre itself. I guarantee you, there's no way you will regret it. You will make friends that you never thought you would make. You'll discover music that you would never think that you would like. It's really good to experiment and try new things and to really, like, focus on, you know, don't be so closed-minded.
Like, let's face it, because, like, some people, they have issues focusing. There's one thing you can always focus on in K-pop. And that's the dancing.
Oh, of course.
Because everybody's on time. Everybody's doing the same move, unless it's choreographed that they're doing otherwise.
Right.
And that's what originally caught my attention when I did start listening, because a lot of people who know me know my first group, in all technicalities, is Astro. And part of what caught my attention with them, other than their vocals and their rapping skill, was the fact that their dancing was put together. They were all on time. And it's like, oh, wait, I can focus on the fact they're all literally moving as one, being 5, how many people are Astro? 6, 7 people. 5, 6.
My first group was SHINee, and I think this is the thing, I don't really talk about how I discovered, you know, like how SHINee became my my first group, mainly because of the recent passing, and because of it's really touchy, but I'm open. I'm open at this point. I just
like, even music-wise, I'm not going to count Psy, because everybody knows Psy.
Right.
He is that person. But SHINee was technically the first group I had heard.
SHINee! Oh my god, that reminds me. That reminds me. SHINee was actually, I don't know if you know this, but SHINee actually got recognized by Barack Obama a few years back. The past president of the U.S., Barack Obama.
Oh yeah, Barack Obama.
Yeah. And I was like, there's the thing. BTS weren't the first to do it. Like,
they weren't the first.
They really weren't, and I feel like that kind of like that. It really upsets me because BTS is kind of like taking over K-pop, and that's not a bad thing, not at all, not even close. It's actually really good because we're getting a lot more fans, and a lot of more people are exploring K-pop, yada yada yada, all that good stuff. But they've kind of gotten so big to the point where they kind of like cover the entire K-pop community. Because it's like
you can't open Twitter without seeing 94 videos of Tay playing with Yotan.
Exactly. I can't scroll through like 3 tweets without seeing something about Jimin's hips. Like
that's another thing we don't talk about. But that's the point.
So the one who tagged me in a video that had to do with. Anyways,
shut up.
Like they just kind of like cover everything. Like you have to burst through that bubble of BTS to get into other stuff. Oh my God!
The first group I got when I decided I wanted to branch out more. The first group that I remember being taught to me was actually Monster X.
Monster X. Oof.
I've been in love with Kiwi since day one. Just saying.
I've been deemed unloyal because I was like my bias is Juhan, and it was like that for like 2 years, and then I was like, wait, Wonho's hot too, and then I was like, and then just as of recently, I'm like, oh God, Hyungwon is also hot. Oh jeez.
See, the thing is with I lost the fucking name. What's the name?
Real quick, did you know Wonho's removing his tattoos?
He's removing them?
Yeah. Because fans said they didn't like his tattoos. So he's getting them removed. Listen, I'm so pissed about this.
Listen, hold up. When it comes to Monster X, it's decided at this point. We're killing the bitch who said she wanted to kill Minyuk. And shooting a bunch of people.
Okay, first,
we're just gonna go to jail for Monster X, okay?
I'm ready. I'm willing.
You'll probably help us. I think we need to reach out with them for that one.
Okay, let's do it. I'll do it. I'm down. You don't understand.
How do you threaten that giant ball of sunshine?
I don't know. First it was people telling Wonho to stop working out because he was getting too big or whatever. And then
how do we go from stop working out to get rid of your tattoos?
I don't know. I really don't know. And the thing is, he's getting them laser removed. And I swear to God, if he's in pain because of these people telling him to remove his tattoos, I'm going to murder these people. But
here's the thing. Now we're jumping into a whole other topic, save for another day. Telling artists what to do.
I'm so done with that. I can't. I'm gonna get heated. Let's move on because I'm getting heated.
I just punched a machine. You want to talk about getting heated?
I'm about to punch something, but I might break my arm. I'm fragile.
Yeah, you're a little more fragile than I am. Don't do that.
I'm gonna rant about it on Twitter later.
It's because, when I talked to you, when I was talking about this originally, I was not part of the BTS fandom when this all went down with Jimin. And I wish it was because I would have opened my mouth. But they do it with all the K-pop idols, and it's something that needs to fucking stop. It is 2018.
I hate
trying to tell grown-ass men what they can and cannot do, who they can and cannot date. You're gonna sit there. I'm sorry. I can understand if you want to tell them to stop doing something because it is either detrimental to their health or somewhere along their image. However, especially in the fact of Wano's tattoos, they are not in places that can be easily seen unless he's wearing a bathing suit. And honestly, are any of us gonna bitch if he's in a bathing suit?
No. I also, Wonho has mentioned those tattoos meant things to him.
Right. And so, part of him should be like, listen, I know you don't like them, but I do. Go somewhere. But he won't do that.
Because he
wants to be perfect for the fans. And it's
it's
ridiculous.
He got them. He got them in places that were easily hidden. One on his ass, one on his thigh, and one on his foot. You can't argue with that because you don't see it on a daily basis. If like I understand if it's like Jay Park where he has an entire sleeve, his fingers, his neck, like I can understand that if you're like, oh, you know, oppa, that's not hot, or oppa, I don't like that. Like, no, because you know they all be using oppa and whatever.
That's the one terminology I gotta say I do not use when it comes to K-idols because I'm older than most of them. So even just going by the line of respect, I'm still older no matter what. No matter where I go, I am Nuna.
I mean that reminds me of like this one thing that happened on V Live with NCT, and it was with Lucas, and one of the fangirls commented, she goes, Lucas, I'm older than you, but I still love you, and he goes, oh, it's fine. He was like, age doesn't matter, you know, and I was like, preach, Lucas, preach.
See, Yu-Gi-Oh did that too, but when Yu-Gi-Oh did it, he was still like a whole ass fucking 15. And I was like, listen, boy, you're gonna sit your ass down and